All right, let's test the mic this time. There we go. We are golden. Hey, hi, hello, how are ya? Meister Chewy here with a working fucking. Well, the mic was working last time, but it just wasn't set to this one right here. Set to this one right here. Set to this one right here. My bad. Set to this one. I turned on the audio for the. I started streaming the PC that I'm. Well, I was listening to test the mic out, and then I forgot to stop listening to the mic before I started streaming the other PC, so that's why you heard it. Anyways, my bad. My bad. Yeah, hello. Hello. We're here. We're doing it. Another episode of Wake Up Wednesday, episode 13. Uh shit, what did I tell this? All the good you can do is enough. And obviously, as usual, you'll see by the end of the episode what exactly we're talking about, what exactly that means there. That's what I said. It's going to be a new. Damn it. Sorry, we're having issues this morning. I honestly woke up like 10 minutes ago. So I'm still a little not limber, if you will. Yeah. Anyways, um, yeah, we started a new theme. The title is going to sum up at the end. You'll understand. And then yeah, that's the whole theme of this, right? Like, remember, I am doing this to be yet another voice speaking out against misogyny, bigotry, transphobia, homophobia, which technically fits under those, in a way, slightly sort of, kind of, racism, all the bad shit, all the negative bullshit, in hopes of not only bringing awareness to these things, because you can say you know about it, but do you know the instances that it's occurring? Do you know how many times it's occurring? No, you probably don't. Do you know how to combat it? Because we talk about combating it here too, right? Like, we don't just talk about it. I don't just bring it to your awareness. We talk about how to respond to it, right? Um, we talk about how to not let it affect you emotionally. Sometimes we don't talk about that all the time, but we talk about it sometimes, right? Like, we talk about the whole kit and caboodle, if you will. That's why we're doing this. Um, so yeah, hopefully you'll get something out of this by the end of the episode. But yeah, let's start out with not bad news. We're going to start doing that from now on. We're not going to start out with bad news anymore. We got a new word alert in neurology.
Autistic is used to describe individuals who are not autistic. Unlike term alert, autistic. The term autistic is used to describe individuals who are not autistic. Unlike autism, which involves differences in communication, social interaction, and sensory processing, being autistic simply means having a neurotypical brain, or in some cases, having other neurodivergent conditions, but not autism. And this matters because autistic was created within the autism community to provide clear, neutral ways of distinguishing between autistic and non-autistic people. Instead of labeling everyone as normal, the word respects autism as a neutral variation of the human brain rather than a flaw. So some key points to understand is that autistic does not equal autistic. Anyone without autism, whether neurotypical or otherwise, is considered autistic. Promotes inclusivity. Using autistic instead of normal helps reduce stigma and emphasizes acceptance of neurodiversity, and it supports better communication. It allows clearer conversations about differences in perspective, especially when discussing autism in families, schools, or therapies. If you have ADHD but not autism, you're autistic. I'm Dr. Van, here to help you understand if you're not autistic, you're autistic.
There's sources right
New
there.
term alert, autistic.
Now, this is great because, well, it's great, and I already know what's going to happen also. People who don't know that this is an actual scientific term are going to be like, you just made that up. Like, people with cisgender, like, because that was supposed to humanize, trans people and not have people be like, oh, well, you're trans or you're normal, right? Cisgender was created in the same way. This is the same situation. So, like you said, like you're not saying, oh, if you're autistic, you're not autistic, you're normal. No, it's not a matter of normal. Everybody's normal. Um, but you know, you're either autistic or you're autistic, right? Like when I use the term normie, I'm not talking about like any medical diagnoses or anything like that, right? Like that's rude to be like, oh, you're normal or you're, handicapped in some way. Like what? Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like that's not how we're supposed to talk. That's very, very rude of anyone to speak in such a manner. Um, so yeah, that's that's a new term. If someone is not autistic, they are allistic. They are not normal, right? So that autistic people, mind you, of course, not all autistic people needed this to be created, but there are some autistic people who felt, inept because, excuse me, people would be like, oh, you're normal or not, you're not normal, right? Like if you're autistic, you're not normal, right? As well with that as well, right? To keep people from saying you're not normal if you're autistic, right? It's like, well, no. Once again, it's not a term that should be used in this conversation, or any medical conversation to begin with. It's not a matter of normity, or normacy, I guess I should say. There's not really much more we can talk about that, so we're gonna move on from that. And then this was something as well that I thought was just a nice little tidbit. A sign you were healing. You stopped needing everyone to understand and like you. And I'll tell you what, man, like that is the damn truth. Like it took me a hot minute. I think I was probably in my 30s or so by the time I got to this point. Um and I would say also you need this to happen before you can publicly transition, right? Because like I've said before, I was non-binary in my personal life much longer than, out in the open, in my public life. And I was actually non-binary online before openly stating to like strangers, oh, I'm a trans person, and wearing what would be considered feminine clothing. um for a long time I presented masculine and pretended to be a man in public, um, especially the workplace, because I'm in Florida. So I'm currently feeling the issues of trying to be a trans person and work in Florida. Just an FYI. But this got nothing to do with my healing, right? Like I'm healed. That's just something you got to deal with as a trans person in a red state, right? And that comes with this: stop needing everyone to understand and like you, right? Like a lot of us don't transition because we still want that, right? We know when we transition, we're going to lose friends, we're going to lose family members, we're going to lose job opportunities, so on and so forth. This is something, once again, you definitely need to take care of before you transition. I mean, some people don't, and that's up to you. You can do that if you want, but it's probably not going to work out for you all that well. Um, why do I have a DM on here from a random ass person that I probably don't even fucking know on Twitch? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, Doris Gamer, you're getting fucking blocked because I'm assuming you're a bot. Anyways. Let's see. Um, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. And then also getting into the social media game, seeing as how they shadow ban people so much nowadays. Like if you're trying to become a content creator as well, it's kind of weird for me to say this because being a content creator, technically, you do need people to literally like your content, like press that button, give you views, give you likes, shares, things like that, because that's what gets you the job as an actual job as a content creator, right? Whether it be working for a company or being crowdfunded, no matter what, you need people to like you, right? And like you, like, right? Like, because let me put it this way, some people will like content but still be hate watching you. It's weird. It's strange as fuck. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me. Like somebody who literally was arguing with me has liked the things that I've said to them while we're arguing, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Um, so people will hate watch you and still like your content. They'll still support your content, right? But they may not like the content, right? So you get what I'm saying? Like with content creation, it's weird. It's a weird situation. Like you have to be able to do it and not care that if people actually enjoy you as a person or not. Um, and just do it, right? Because me, like I said before, there's also the shadow banning. Me, I'm shadow banned to shit on this platform specifically. Like my followers, I'm deprioritized like crazy. The general shares and likes that I get are from people who don't even follow me. Like I might get like a handful of responses from people that actually follow me on here. And Meta in general. But most of the responses I get are from people that don't follow me and just saw me on their feed. It's pretty fucking crazy. Uh, so just many layers of living life nowadays where this is best. This is best in general. Like not even just for healing, but well, I guess technically it would still be healing if I'm saying living your life. You should be healed when you're living your life to live a whole life, to be your whole self in life, right? You need to heal. So yeah, no, never mind. It is all for healing. Rewind that. Yeah, rewind that. It is all about healing, no matter what. In all of these instances, you need to heal to live a happy life. Plain and fucking simple. Um, but yeah, like we were talking about transitioning. We're gonna get into our trans news. And why this only has one like is blowing my mind. This is a really good video. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let's see how many followers this person has. Okay, they have less followers than me, but they're getting a decent amount of views. So I find that strange that this only has one like and then my one repost. So for me, this got reactions just for me, and that's it. Oh, hey, they brought view count back. Only 37 views. That's weird. This is a really good video. See, that's what I'm saying. Meta's being a bitch, bro. It's trans content, so it's being throttled.
Pacifica people honored and protected and dignified it in ways that the Western world was arguing and debating about gender. Pacifica people honored and protected and dignified it in ways that I think we can all learn from. My name is Jay Taj, and today is day 30 of 31 days straight of me trying to put the PI all in AAPI month by giving you necessary pieces of Pacifica facts, knowledge, history, heroes, and sometimes just my own point of view. I'm going to talk about something today that requires care, not just from me, of course, but from you as well, because it belongs to specific communities and cultures and people, and I hope we can honor that as we talk about it. Across the Pacific, many cultures have long recognized more than just two genders, not as political or sexual statements, but as a way of life woven into the way that families work and how communities are led and how knowledge is passed down. In Samoa, for example, there is something called the fa'afafine, and this word translates to in the manner of a woman, but it is actually a recognized third gender, not defined by who they love, but by who they are and the way that they can contribute to the village. They are caretakers of elders, caretakers of children, diplomats that can move freely between the world of men and the world of women in ways that nobody else can. In Fa Samoa, there's a word for service, and that is tautua, and Fa'afafine have always been central to that. And in Hawaii and Tahiti, they are called mahu, and mahu means in the middle, dual male and female spirit, honored as healers and teachers and keepers of genealogy. And there's actually 4 ancient boulders sitting on the shore of Waikiki right now, placed there over 500 years ago in order to honor 4 Mahu healers that traveled across the ocean from Tahiti to Hawaii to heal the sick. And it's not just exclusive to these islands. Tonga has Fakaleiti, and Fiji has Wakasalewalewa, and Kiribati and Tuvalu have Pinapinaaine, and the Cook Islands have Akavaine. Across the Pacific, there's always been words for this, but more importantly, there's always been a place for this. And colonization arrived and called it a sin. And laws that Fa'afafine are still fighting to repeal today were written during post-colonial rule, and the word Mahu was once a title of deep respect, and it's been turned into a slur. I've watched Western societies try to fit Fa'afafine or the others into a box to simply put them under gay or under trans and queer. And while they have the right to identify with any of these things, Fa'afafine is a pre-Western cultural identity, not a Western category. They never were. And they are Pacifica people living Pacifica lives in the ways that our ancestors always understood them to be, whole and honored and necessary. And while colonization tries to make it shameful, it doesn't work on me. As a boy, I once heard a man say that Fa'afafine or Mahu to the Pacific are flowers to a garden, something that we not only protect and nourish, but we admire and respect. And I personally will never disagree with that. So love to my Fa'afafine, my Mahu, and my family. I love y'all. AAPI month is coming to an end, but these stories are not. Make sure you follow Pacifica Social Club everywhere. Way before.
All right, and that I shared specifically because earlier this week there was a large content creator, black man, who's actually well connected. He knows a lot of celebrities and shit, so he has a lot of reach. He made a video that he thought was good for the trans community, and he got a lot of shit wrong when he was talking. Got a lot of shit wrong. I actually ended up writing 3 paragraphs under the post, and I unfollowed him on everything. It was wildly insulting how he thought he was making a positive video for us, and he clearly showed his ass, to be honest, and showed that he doesn't know a trans person in real life at all. He might know some trans people online. Some trans people might follow him and have commented and spoken to him via the internet, but he has no idea of the actual trans experience, and he definitely doesn't know anybody trans in real life. And if he does know anybody trans in real life, they are someone who is completely and utterly disconnected from the plights of the trans community. I guarantee you. There are trans people like that. There are celebritized trans people that have no fucking clue about actual trans struggles other than the random social media comments that they get. They haven't actually experienced not being able to get a job, or being in a relationship where someone actually doesn't treat you like a trans person and things like that. Like, because once you're celebritized, I'm sorry, like, most of the people that are trying to get with you are worshiping you and things like that, and they're not really, like, you're not going to really experience that side of the spectrum. But anyways, I digress from that. Things that they were saying, let's get on that. Things that they were saying were like, oh, trans people are new. No, look, trans people have existed in outside of American culture. Let me put it that way. It's new to you because American culture has never promoted trans people at all. And you have no idea about cultures outside of America, North America specifically, because South America, obviously is different, that, have always respected trans people, like, for the longest time. And sorry, I'm incorrect. Native American people have always respected trans people. That is part of North America. I apologize. They are indigenous people. So actually, North America has always appreciated trans people, and fucking European culture, white European culture that came to America destabilized that. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. So yeah, anyways, modern day North American culture does not give 2 shits about trans people. Let's be fucking real. And that's why you think we're new. No, like in damn near all cultures outside of here, trans people have existed. And even in African culture, I even said that in my response to him. Even in African culture, that we existed, um, and we're respected members in the tribe, just like he said here. It's trans people have always been actually in a higher state of respect within all of these cultures because and this might sound like I'm bragging, but I'm not. This is actual anthropology. um because when, especially non-binary people, like with Native Americans, two-spirit is actually the most sacred gender of all genders, because two-spirit are considered to be closer to the spiritual realm than, say, a man or a woman, or even a trans woman or a trans man. um and I believe he even said something along the lines here as well. He said it very quickly, with Islander people as well. um and I believe it was the same with African culture as well. um so yeah, it's kind of crazy because, like he said, these various people have been demonized and categorized as, oh, these are just gay people, or the F slur. Probably they probably use the transition that between the F slur and gay. Which, that's another thing that's kind of crazy. People assuming trans people are gay. Like, I mean, yes, I'm technically gay because my identity aligns with woman, and I prefer to date other people who align with woman. Even if you go by he, him, if your personality aligns with woman, that is the type of person I prefer to date. I'm sapphic. That's technically gay, but not all trans people are gay, though. But I'm sapphic pansexual, so closer to bisexual if you need a better understanding, because I know there's people that don't understand what pansexuality is. Um, like, motherfuckers make jokes that it's like, oh, well, you just have sex with anything. And it's like, it's not a matter of sex, actually. Like, pansexuality, it's definitely not just a matter of sex, especially for me. Um, because for me, it's people misconstrue and think I'm demisexual. Demisexual, if I believe correctly, demisexual has to do with being attracted to intelligence. The person that I'm attracted to doesn't have to be a fucking genius. It's your personality that I'm attracted to first and foremost, and then everything else falls in line. I don't care what gender you are. It's do we get along on a romantic sense first and foremost. Um and then we go from there. I don't know how I got into sexuality, but yeah. Oh, because we were talking about how people try to just chalk up trans people as being gay. Because they try to be like, because what is it like with me? A sapphic trans femme. People will be like, oh, that's extra steps to be straight. And it's like, well, no. No, it's not. Because once again, I'm not a man, so no, it's not straight. So what? Like, my gender has nothing to do with my sexuality, and I don't think people need to get that out of their heads. Like, I've known trans people that like genitalia, it determines their sexuality, and I'm like, what? It's like, you do you, but that's not even how it's supposed to work. And it's not just supposed to be gender either, right? Um, and that's why you can't just automatically be like, oh, somebody that transitioned is gay. What? You don't even know who they're dating and why they're dating them. Like, what? And how they're dating them. So, I don't know. That shit's crazy. But yeah, they were I got off on a tangent again, sorry. Yeah, they made the comment of trans people are new, which, no, they've always existed, even BC era. Um and then they also made the comment of biological man and, well, man specifically, because for some reason people always want to talk about trans women. Y'all don't ever talk about trans men. Y'all never have comments about trans men. Like, it is funny in the trans community, people are like, "Oh, don't forget about your trans brothers." Don't forget about your trans brothers. Are you so sure that we want to give them as much attention as we get? Because they're going to get that scrutiny also. They're going to get the fucking trauma also. Like, are we so sure that it's best that, you know, we get people thinking about them more before we fix this? Because seriously, I don't know. I don't know if they want this. It comes with the good and the bad. Okay. Like sometimes I post shit. They ain't got nothing to do with trans shit whatsoever. But because I have a trans flag on my profile, motherfuckers will be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, dude, like, leave me the fuck alone. Oh my God, leave me alone. And like, they don't read the bio, right? Like, it's always I saw the trans flag. So, well, the whole bio said it too. But I guess you don't know how to read any of that. So, whatever. Google's a thing. You can ask Google anything. Y'all keep using ChatGPT for stupid shit instead of asking it to fucking explain, shit to you. But no, he made the comment of biological man and man, as in a trans woman is born a biological man, which for one, there's no such thing as a biological man. Stop fucking saying biological man and woman. Gender has nothing to do with biology other than the development of the brain. Gender has everything to do with the brain. Everything to do with the brain. It's mostly neurological. People would probably argue with me on that, but those people are probably transphobes and promote anti-trans legislation and various things like that. But it's mostly neurological. The only biological part of gender is the development of the brain. So essentially, developing from a child to an adult, right? That's the development of the brain. Now, of course, you can still learn after you become an adult, but let's be real. What they're talking about is the development from a child, young adult, to an adult. You're discovering things about your gender during that time. Now, mind you, if you don't even know what your true gender is, that shit don't even fucking really matter. And that's why it's mostly neurological. It's mostly neurological. It's mostly societal. Gender is mostly societal. There's no such thing as a biological man and woman. Stop fucking saying that shit. You're born male or female. Yes, that is correct. But you are not born a biological man or a biological woman. Now, your gender is technically predetermined. Because when you look back, if you're able to look back at how you were when you were a child, like me, when I look back at when I was a child, when I first went to school, I gravitated towards the girls. I wanted to go play recess with the girls. I wanted to hang out with the girls. I wanted to eat lunch with the girls. And then push come to shove, eventually I was told, you're a boy, you're not supposed to do that. So then I stopped doing it. Let me see. I wore my mother's high heels. I liked wearing my mother's high heels. I was actually able to walk in them as a child. I wasn't fumbling and bumbling. I was able to walk in them. Let's see. I actually liked Barbies. I didn't play with them, but I liked my sister's Barbies. Like I wasn't like, ew, Barbies. Like I liked them. I thought they were cool. I thought they were no different from the G.I. Joes. Like, I was just like, well, what's the difference? It's like the G.I. Joes are the guys and the Barbies are the girls. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's, hello, we both exist in the world too. Like, why the fuck can't I play? Okay, whatever. I guess I'll just play with the G.I. Joes, right? Like, that's how that went. G.I. Joe's Transformers. Transformers loved Transformers because Transformers had men and women in them too, right? He-Man wasn't a thing for me. She-Ra wasn't a thing for me, right? And He-Man and She-Ra, that kind of separated the stuff. Like, He-Man became a thing for me later on in life as an adult. Like after watching like the Masters of the Universe movie and like laughing about it and going like, man, that shit's fucking hilarious. Like, it became a thing for me as an adult. Like that cartoon on Netflix. That's an adult cartoon, man. Like, people die in that shit. Like, that became a thing for me as an adult. She-Ra is an excellent LGBTQIA plus show as well, by the way. Pro lesbian show. A great show as an adult for me to evaluate gender, right? To evaluate gender a little bit, to evaluate sexuality a little bit, to evaluate how, gruesome behavior affects the brain a little bit, right? Because, like I said, there's a straight up killing in that shit. Um, but yeah, just like I can tell as an adult that like if someone had informed me as a child what being trans was, I probably would have been a trans kid, but nobody bothered talking to me about, transitioning back then. Um so I do agree with the you are born the gender you are meant to be. You just may not have any individuals explaining to you that that's a possibility. One of my daughters actually has said she believes she's non-binary, and I never had to talk about transitioning with them as far as telling them, it's well, no, actually I told them, it's okay to be whatever gender you feel is appropriate. But I never had like an extensive talk, right? Like it was always like a that's what I'm saying. I never had like a long drawn out talk. I had a long drawn out talk about sexuality, but not like gender. Because I always felt like Gen Z kids, that's something they don't have an issue with at all. Like it's really not an issue. If it is an issue, it's with kids that have been like they've actually been indoctrinated by the whole MAGA fucking sphere, the manosphere bullshit. Most Gen Z kids, gender is just they get it. Like they really understand. It's crazy. And I know this because, me being a trans person, like so many kids will call a trans woman a lady, or ma'am or something like that. Like they see you dressed as a woman, they will call you a lady. They see you dressed as a man, they will call you a man. Like it's not like kids don't it does they don't get caught up in that shit, right? So I never felt like I needed to have that conversation with them. And obviously I didn't because, one of my kids is already the younger one too at that. It was like a couple of birthdays ago. She just said it too. Like, and I didn't ask her or nothing. She just felt like saying it. Like she felt comfortable just saying it. Like, oh yeah, well, I think I'm non-binary, by the way, and bisexual. She said. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why you felt like now was the time to talk about that, but I guess it's that whole I got a year older. I feel like I realized something about myself kind of thing. I guess I don't fucking know. That shit was hilarious. It was felt like such an adult conversation from the kid that was not even near being an adult, right? Like my other kid is uh well, I don't want to say grown, but she's an adult legally, right? And even she's not out here like talk about any of that, even though I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian, full on lesbian, to be honest. The way she talks about men. As far as trans, I don't know. Maybe. If anything, she'll probably be like masculine because she does dress masculine presenting technically, um, as conventional society would say. Oh my god, y'all bots really fucking annoy me, man. Y'all bots. Likely evade ban evader. Interesting. Interesting. So you're getting reported. You're getting reported. Unfortunately, none of my mods are on right now. But yeah, no. I just realized that name too, Kush Dab 6. That's such a stupid ass fucking name. Yeah, I was talking about my kid. Yeah, my kid, yeah, she said she was non-binary and bisexual on her birthday. That shit was fucking hilarious. I was just like, okay, I'm glad you feel comfortable. I did my job. You feel comfortable telling not only me, but her grandparents were there too. I I guess she thought her grandparents were as okay with it as me. I don't even know. I don't even know. To be completely fucking honest, I don't even know. Trust me, I've had to have talks with both my parents, so I don't even fucking know. Like my father's intentionally misgendered me, so he's in the I don't give two shits about you ring, if you ask me. So I frankly don't care what he thinks. But my mother though, that's who I care about. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if neither of them are okay with it. It's she's my child. I care about her more than I care about what y'all think. So yeah. Tough luck, just like I care about myself more than I care about what you think as well. Because like I said, I've had to have talks with them about my own self. But that's neither here nor there. Nonetheless, yeah, biological man and woman, not a fucking thing. Trans people have always existed. What else did he fucking say? Um, he said, you should tell somebody you are trans before going on a date with them. I'm in the realm of do whatever you feel is safe, because especially being someone who lives in Florida, me personally, I'm open. It's on all of my profiles. There's no way you can't know that I'm trans, let alone I'm not passable. And I know some people don't like that terminology, but it is a thing. Like you got to get over it. It's a fucking thing. Um, but yeah, I know I'm not passable, but so to even have someone go, I mean, well, don't get me wrong, there are people that are very much unaware of what my gender is sometimes. They have absolutely no clue. Um, which kind of works for being a non-binary person, by the way. Uh those of you who are non-binary, don't get upset when somebody's like, "What is it?" Technically, that's what you're supposed to be going for. You don't want people to know what your gender is. So technically, that's gender affirming, as much as they think that's an insult. Um, that's a bit of a joke, by the way. Feel free to be insulted if you are insulted by that. I'm not telling you how to act. um, but yeah, just do whatever you think is safe. That's ridiculous for a cis person to try to tell us trans people, well, you should da 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 da. Dude, you don't know our life. Like, what are you talking about? You should mind your business. How about that? And not tell trans people how to date. Once again, especially in Florida, right? Like that's what I was saying in my streams one time. Um, as a sapphic person, I prefer to just I really prefer to just be a sapphic lesbian and only date other trans women. But here in Florida, like in the trans community in general, like Florida is deemed one of the worst states to be. So a lot of trans people move out of Florida to begin with. And if they are in Florida, they kind of generally keep to themselves and to their own little community, and they don't branch out from there. They don't try to meet new people. That's not a thing. That it's something that happens in happenstance, you know, in their safe spaces, right? If you eventually get invited into their safe space and you meet them, then yeah, sure, that's a way to do that. But other than that, like it's not as easy to just like meet somebody online around here because a lot of people don't feel safe being openly trans online, um unless within certain websites. Unfortunately, Grinder is one of them. um but yeah, like on like the normal websites around here, like people won't openly say they're trans on those websites. That's what I was saying before. Like people try to be safe around here and not say, oh yeah, I'm trans, because then they feel like they're going to get dogpiled or attacked or something like that. Or somebody specifically going to try to go out on a date with them to try to harm them, right? That's why people don't say that they're trans on these dating apps and in person if they meet somebody who hits on them in places like here, red states, heavy red states that have a lot of anti-trans laws, right? We assume that the general populace doesn't like us in a possibly violent sense, right? So it's a matter of life and death. It's not anything other than that, really. It's not a person just playing games, like motherfuckers are trying to act like no, it's a matter of life and death. Like, if they don't feel comfortable saying, they are a trans person, then that's because they might have gotten attacked before. You never know. They might have gotten attacked before. They might be a, SA victim, right? I know quite a few trans people who are SA victims around here, and they very much have social anxiety now, like because of that. Like there are people who come into this stream who don't talk in this stream because they have social anxiety because of that. They don't feel comfortable interacting with people, even when I tell them, most of this community is trans. Still, it don't matter. So there's that. So tell people to be open about being trans. It don't even matter. Like some people don't even feel comfortable within the trans community, within the gay community, within the LGBTQIA community saying that they're trans. So that, once again, this is motherfuckers talking about shit they don't know about, which is what I started out with saying. This is a cis person talking about trans things. They don't know jack shit about it. It's fucking wild. I really wish people just wouldn't do that. Now, mind you, I guess I'm talking about myself because I talk about some topics that no, I guess, do I? I have to really think about that. Do I talk about things that I'm not a part of? I mean, because technically everybody's a part of politics, right? Like, sure, I'm not a poli sci major or anything, or political commentator, but our votes are what move this shit around, so we're a part of it, right? And I'm a trans person. I talk about trans things, right? I talk about nerdy things. I'm a nerd, right? Yeah, I don't know. I try not to talk about topics that I'm not a part of, and I hope I don't. As far as giving advice and talking about, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, blah 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 blah. Like I try not to talk about topics that I'm not a part of. But yeah, just going back. Hey, Lucy, my darling Lucy. Hello. How are you? How are you, my darling? Oh, Lord, you came in right when we're about to get into the bad news. Oh, God. All right. So if y'all don't know, and actually he makes comments about several individuals who have recently been taken from this earth in most likely nefarious ways. But this was all brought to attention because of Nolan Xavier Wells. If you don't know about it, he is an individual, young black man who was recently unalived, most likely in nefarious ways, during a 4th of July outing, I believe it was, with his friends. And it really does seem like his friends did something and they're trying to cover it up. It's very, very, very strange.
Tampering with evidence. I had a press conference today with the family of Daniel Irvin, another 18-year-old young black man who was killed in highly questionable circumstances when he went fishing with two young white men who did not tell the police that he drowned, as they say, accidentally, did not call his mom, didn't do anything but throw his clothes away and throw his cell phone away and then delete all the text messages between him and them. And it was only 4 days afterwards that they finally said that he was with them and he accidentally drowned. And then it took almost 3 months for them to charge the two young men with tampering with evidence. And yet there's been no murder charge, no manslaughter charge, just tampering with evidence. It is problematic when you think about what's happening this July 4th, 2026. 3 young black men have been killed in very similar fashion or unalived as Nolan Wells in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, 18 years old, was on a boat with 3 other young white men, ended up dead, very suspicious. And then you have Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky, was at a house party. He was the only African American. He somehow got shot in the head. And then the young people who were there, they threw the gun away and then called the police and said that he accidentally shot himself. They were playing a game of Russian roulette. And so far, the police has accepted that narrative. It makes you want to holler. I mean, because you can only imagine if the roles were reversed. So we got 18-year-old Nolan Wells, we got 18-year-old Tyler Smith, and we got 18-year-old Daniel Irvin in a 3-month time frame, all killed while doing some activity with young white men, and yet nobody's been held accountable.
It's fucking crazy shit, man. I'm okay, tired, couldn't sleep, and have a call in 15 minutes that I don't want to do it. What it is. Oh, I'm sorry, Lucy. Well, hopefully it doesn't go terribly. Hopefully the call actually goes well. Counter to what you're feeling right now. Hope. Hope, hope, hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, no, this shit's crazy. On top of all this, and I actually have a video coming up next. The medical examiners that examined all these people, it's eerie. It's weird shit that's going on in this place. That's why murder charges weren't even filed, because they keep acting like, oh, it's an accident, it's an accident, it's an accident. And with Nolan Wells specifically, like, they gave the body back to the family missing organs and stuff that would prove that he even drowned to begin with. So it's kind of weird, kind of very, very weird. Not even kind of, it is. It's straight up weird, straight up strange, even. Because like I said, I'm a fan of the word weird, so I don't want to put weird on this. I'm gonna put strange, eerie, suspicious, nefarious, as I mentioned before. Villainous, evil, vile. This shit doesn't make any fucking sense. And then there was a phone call also recently that came out about that you can clearly hear that it sounds like there's more than 3 people with Nolan's body. And there's clearly a bunch of people in the background. I even recall hearing, some women, right? Talking about how he's gone. He's no longer living, right? And then one person even says, "Can we cover this up? Can we cover this up?" Pretty sure you can look it up. I didn't have it. I didn't find the video. There's a reason why I'm kind of this is haphazardly put together today. Because there's one death that I kind of went down a rabbit hole last night. I found out about it just last night before I even went to sleep, and I can't even find anything about it. And it happened earlier this month. The only thing I can find about it is the Facebook post, and that's blowing my fucking mind. Um, but no, let's get into this video about the medical examiner.
No foul play. 4 black people lost their lives in Mississippi under suspicious circumstances, all examined by Dr. Stacy Turner, who ruled every single one no foul play. Give us your medical license, bitch. She performed the autopsy of Nolan Wells, who drowned on Horn Island, surrounded by white families who never got him home, had all of his belongings, including his phone, wiped some of his data from it, never notified his family, and don't have their story straight. Dr. Stacy Turner ruled this no foul play and refuses to release the results of her preliminary autopsy, but is keeping back the throat, lungs, and stomach from the family's new private medical examiner for further testing. She also performed Damian Cameron's autopsy, who was tased, beat, and had his neck shoved into the fucking ground by cops. And then minutes later, he fucking died in the cop car. Her noted cause of death was undetermined. And after other experts examined his body, they ruled it a homicide. This also happened to Shannon Wilson, who accidentally drowned while playing with a group of white boys at the lake. Dr. Stacy Turner ruled this accidental with no further investigation. And lastly, Trey Reed, who was found hanged on a tree outside his university. She ruled this no foul play, and yet the FBI has been investigating this for about a year now with no answers. So we gotta sign this petition, reach out to her office, and call your fucking representatives. Dr. Stacy Turner very clearly has a racial bias and should not be having her fucking hands on black bodies, let alone any bodies. Share this story and make some noise so we can get someone without a racist fucking agenda handling these precious bodies. 4
Yeah,
black
shit's
people
fucking crazy. It's that sounds like a network of shit going on. Like, let's be real. Like that. Like I said, that's villainous and evil. It does not seem right. Because that's probably just like a quick look at her history, right? She mentioned 4 bodies. It's probably just recently. Like if somebody actually did a deep dive investigation of her records, you'd probably find all kinds of fucking shit. And also I want to retract a statement I made a while ago about the Nolan Wells case. I remember when I first brought it up, I mentioned that I thought the deletion of phone data sounded a bit eerie, and the fact that the friend still had the phone sounded a bit weird, or not weird. Let's not use weird on this, like I said. Strange. But apparently the friends did have the phone. Apparently the friends did have the phone. Apparently they did manipulate data on the phone. So, yeah. And I've always thought that they knew something about what happened. And now like I said, we kind of know because there's a phone call. I wish I had it. I didn't pull it up because, like I said, really and truly, I started out with this next death we're about to go over. And I got caught up on this. I got caught up on this so much because I can't find anything. I can't find anything at all. It's still bothering me right now. That's why I'm having trouble formulating a thought right now because we're about to get to it. But no, now is definitely the time to look into Nolan Xavier Wells if you haven't already, because at this point we indefinitely know that this is extremely suspicious. It was already suspicious before, but honestly, before knowing this information, it kind of felt like people were just treating it like a true crime drama. People are still treating it like a true crime drama, really and truly, and not being 100% respectful, but nonetheless, paying attention to his account if you want to know any information about what's going on and if justice is being served would probably be best. She handles the information with care as well. But why am I not Threads unfollows people, and I don't like that. Um, but yeah, no. But their lawyer, the family's lawyer, he is probably the best source of information. But there are people that are out here giving accurate information as well. And like I said, not treating it like a true crime drama and being disrespectful, if you ask me. But we'll get off of that before I get too much into that, talking about that. Now, this just, like I said, just came up last night, and it actually happened earlier this month. It happened, like, I think around July 1st. But I just heard about Miss Henderson.
We don't take our lives in that way. Cameras of police installed, and they're not going to use them to figure out who's hanging all these black folks, who's lynching all these black folks. Another black woman down in St. Petersburg, Florida, found hanging on a tree behind a Dollar Tree. Like, what the fuck is going on, bruh? Like, black people don't hang themselves. Historically, we have not done that shit, bruh. We don't walk around with rope like that. We don't hang that shit around our necks. We don't take our lives in that way. I don't give a fuck what the police say. Black folks don't do that shit. The media down in St. Petersburg, Florida, not going to talk about this, but I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping other creators see this and they talk about this as well, because if we don't speak about it, it's just going to get swept under the rug. We got to continuously put pressure on these motherfuckers to look into the insane amount of black folks, not just adults, black children as well, that are getting murdered, hung from trees, left out in the woods. Black folks, we got to do whatever it takes in order to protect ourselves. Get home. I'm begging you, please get home safe. Do whatever you need. If you can help it, bring somebody with you at all times. I know that's not
growing
something that's
up,
gonna be
like,
feasible,
I didn't go
but,
anywhere by
you know what I'm
myself.
saying? It's a mace, pepper spray, whatever, something. You got to protect yourselves. All these fly cameras of
I didn't
police
go anywhere
installed,
by
and they're
myself.
not going to use them to figure out who's hanging all these black folks.
Like, that's crazy. And then this is her, Sarah Henderson. Yeah, July 2nd. This is the only thing I can find. This is it. Like, there's no nothing. There's no articles. There's no news isn't showing anything about it. Oh, yeah, no. I don't even want to talk about them around here. I really don't. I think you're talking about incompetent. I think you're trying to say incompetent. Because what is it? I should have actually pulled up a post I saw from somebody running for Congress. What is it? Angie Nixon has been arrested, and went to trial. She almost went to jail for a couple of years. Mark Davis, who's running for Congress, they keep showing up at his fucking house off of some bullshit Child Protective Services calls. Like, this shit's fucking crazy. Oh no, don't worry. I understood what you were saying, Vix. You're good. How you doing, by the way? But yeah, like, they're like, the police are out here attacking Democratic candidates who are aligned with DSA policies, right? Who are aligned with DSA policies. They're attacking Democratic candidates and not actually looking into these things. Things like this. Excuse me? I'm doing tired. Fine, but tired. Well, hey, you're awake enough to be able to function, so that's good. You're doing well. You're doing good. You're able to type something, so you're doing good. I hope you're doing well in other things also, though. But no, this is just crazy shit. Like, because watch, this is not going to be investigated all that much, and it's just going to be ruled a suicide. And it's like, what do you mean? But yet, I've seen, like I said, that candidate, Mark Davis. I'm pretty sure I've seen him post already more videos that I can count on one hand of police officers showing up to try to figure out what's going on with these calls we're getting, what's happening, what we got these calls, and it's like, huh, huh, I don't know, it just blows my fucking mind. like yes, sure, they have to investigate things that they get, right? But wouldn't you think, like, if an like somebody who's a candidate, right, or somebody who's in the limelight, right, a celebrity of some sort, like if you're getting a bombardment of calls, probably all sounding the same, right, because these are people networking to try to cause some bullshit towards them, um wouldn't you investigate that and be like, well, this might be a false positive, right? Like this might be some bullshit these people are making up. Or like I said with Angie Nixon, she was protesting the governor, um and then we push it as far as to go, well, we're going to put you in jail for that because you weren't doing it the right way. You were standing up for the people, but you weren't doing it the right way, so we're going to put you in jail for that. What? So we're going to waste tax dollars as well, on top of arresting her and things like that. And then, oh my god, and then this comment right here, could be that could be the issue too, right? What did Rage Against the Machine say? Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. So that could be the issue with a lack of proper investigation. Because like I said, it's been a month. This was at the beginning of the month, and nothing has happened. Oh, that's more bad news coming up, but not Black Deaths. Not my brothers and sisters dying. Well, everybody are my brothers and sisters. We're all in this together. But racial brothers and sisters, I guess I should say. But then again, I'm one of those people that say race is bullshit, so I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. Only they are my brothers and sisters. You all are my brothers and sisters as well. You are family as well. Now this, I don't know if anybody has seen this. This was a video of Hunter Biden talking about the closetocracy. I'm not going to play the video, because specifically I don't want to platform the video. God damn it, why the lawn people showed up late? Obviously, because usually they have already done their lawn work before, because I was delayed in doing the stream one time because I didn't want the lawn people to be making their fucking noise during the podcast. But anyways, they don't have a schedule at all. Like, these people annoy the fuck out of me. Like, they don't follow a schedule. But no, he was talking about the closetocracy, basically talking about Republicans. A lot of Republicans are in the closet. It's a known thing. Pretty sure this was brought up because of Lindsey Graham. And the people who are in the closet are the most enraged and are pushing these terrible policies, right? That's basically what he was saying. Now, my takeaway from that wasn't like everybody else, which is this. Ha ha ha, that's so funny. Ha ha ha, that's so funny. No, there's probably a lot of bad things that go along with that, like various interns and staffers who have been assaulted and won't come out about it because they're sticking with the closetocracy. We should not be laughing about this shit, because I guarantee you there's all kinds of shit that fucking happens in that fucking group because they get away with it because nobody wants to talk about how motherfuckers are gay. Because if you come out and say, well, this shit happened to me, well, now they're going to look at you as gay, and you can't be gay. Can't be gay in the Republican Party. And even if you are gay, you got to be a normal gay, right? Got to be one of those normal gays, right? But there's all kinds of bad shit about this that we should not be laughing about this. Good fucking Lord. God damn it. That shit fucking annoys me. I don't know. I feel like we find comedy in things too much sometimes. Like, yes, there is some hilarity to motherfuckers being in the closet and being an asshole at the same time, right? Because, right, you want to be like, oh, well, you're an asshole because you're in the closet, right? Like, that's basically what they're getting at, right? But, like, to laugh about the whole conspiracy of it, right? Well, with that conspiracy comes, once again, like I said, SA victims that don't want to come out because, well, now you're pointing out who's in that fucking shit. And, who knows if when you point that shit out, if people are even going to fucking take you seriously or not. And then now your career's fucking ruined when you were trying to get justice, so on and so forth. Same thing happens with women in big business and stuff, right? Don't want to come out because, I don't want to ruin my career. I'm trying to make it. And if I come out saying I got assaulted by, the CFO or the CEO or the whatever the fuck, I'm going to get fucking shit on. And I'm going to get blackballed and I can't get a fucking job in this business ever fucking again, right? Like, there's all kinds of reasons not to fucking laugh at everything. And that's one of the reasons, just saying. But let's talk about this. We get off of crimes against humanity.
Well,
technically, this is a crime
right
against
where
humanity.
I'm standing, there should be water. I am in the Rocky Mountain National Park. I am standing in the Colorado River right now. What? 40 million people, 7 states. Because this is where the river starts, right where I'm standing, in the Rocky Mountain National Park, in a state with a drought that doesn't even have priority water rights over a river that starts here. The federal government is going to get its hands on it come December. And you're telling me there's enough of this for 40 million people, 7 states, and the billionaires in their data centers? There ain't enough girl math in the fucking world to make that make sense. This is life. We cannot live without this. We cannot live without this. And the federal government is going to get its hands on this river in December. You want to know why I keep talking about it? Because we cannot live without water. And they don't care about us, and they don't care if we die. This is life. This is life. Hey, I just want to let y'all know, right where I'm standing, there should be...
Yeah. So, as she was talking about, the government is trying to basically sell off a bunch of protected land. And I'm a bit worried because, as we've seen, how they haven't prevented data centers from being put up or regulated what happens when data centers are put up. Because in the hearing, when AOC showed the murky water by data centers, we've talked about it on the podcast before, a previous episode. If you're regular here, you saw it. If not, we'll explain it real quick. Like, our government agencies have no idea what data centers do to the neighboring water. At least that's the way they reacted in the hearing, right? They're like, oh, we'll start looking into this. We'll start looking into this immediately. And they tried to act like there are certain regulations in place when they're building these data centers and putting them in place. But her wording, the representative of our government agency that's supposed to protect us in our environment, she didn't seem to be aware of what these regulations are, let alone it didn't really seem like there was any regulation put into place to make sure that the data centers are not affecting the environment. So their entire job didn't seem to be functioning when it came to building data centers. Because once again, she didn't seem to be aware of any of this. She didn't seem to be aware of the pollution or anything like that. The exorbitant energy usage. I don't think that they're aware of that. It's infuriating, really. And like I said, with knowing that, it worries me that there's not going to be anything to prevent, this from happening, this from being sold off, various formerly protected areas being sold off. Like, what if one day the Everglades is being sold off here, right? Like, what the fuck? Which you can't even really do anything in the Everglades. Like, what are you gonna fucking do? I mean, I guess maybe you could farm, but like, what? I don't know. God. I'm just telling you, like, this is wild. This is wild. Not only are we not protecting our food, we're not protecting the environment anymore. Because, well, remember, the people who are in charge are the people who don't give a fuck about global warming. Hell, they don't even think global warming's a fucking thing. Some of them might even be flat earthers, for all we fucking know. Right? Who fucking knows? That's where we're at. That's where we're at, as far as EPA and shit like that. They're probably gonna let this shit happen. They probably are. Like, what is it, like, in environmental lawyers? Like, I swear to God, I feel like that's like a dying profession. Like, people going to be lawyers are just like going to represent humans and not the environment nowadays. I don't know. That's our last bit of bad news. We're going to get into Arise. Let's get some jokey jokes going. I thought this was pretty funny. Don't post about politics. You'll lose fans. Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. Because that's, look at what we're doing right now, right? Like, we're doing right now, like, literally everything we've gone over is probably not a topic that the general populace wants to talk about or go over. Human rights should not be considered politics, but nowadays it fucking is. So pretty much everything we've talked about, people consider politics, right? And I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't fucking care. I've always been political, as I've mentioned before. Like, growing up, C-SPAN, CNN, all that shit was always on the fucking television. My father's been retired from the military almost all of my life, and that's all he fucking does is news. And it's mostly news revolving around politics, right? Like, he was somebody who watched Hardball back in the day. Most of you probably don't know that. I know Hero was in here. I saw Hero was lurking. Hero might know Hardball, but most of you probably don't know Hardball. It was a debate show back in the day that was, they were ragey. You think these people now are wildin'? No, they were fucking ragey. They were screaming at each other, and that was it. That got ratings, boy. Like, the motherfuckers going back and forth. What was his name? Carvey, that fucking rat bastard motherfucker. The Democrat that's talking about, like, I can't get with the DSA. They ain't part of us. That motherfucker was on there. That motherfucker was on there. Okay. Anyways, I've always been activated. Like, I was champion at the bit for Clinton in elementary school, right? I didn't really know what was going on, but I cared about elections ever since then. Ever since then, I cared about them. So I can't help but post about political shit. I've always posted about political shit. Even when I wasn't big on all social media platforms posting, on my Facebook, right? My Facebook wasn't my first social media page. My first social media page was technically MySpace. Most of you probably know of MySpace, but didn't use MySpace back when it was, you know, an actual social media page. And I think it still exists right now, but it's like for music or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Facebook wasn't my first one, but Facebook was the first one that I would post political things on, right? Um, so like I've always posted political shit even before I became a content creator. So this shit to me is laughable, right? Like I'm not one of those people that, oh, while I was a content creator, I happened to find out about stuff and then I became activated. No, like I said, I've always been activated. We had a mock election in elementary school, right? Like that's why I was like Bill Clinton, yeah, woo, right? Like fucking in high school, I was very much against George W. Bush. Jesus Christ. And let me put it this way: I'm I'm not against the military. I'm against the police, but I'm not against the military. Like the police are they need to be reformed, fully reformed, damn near abolished. But the military, I don't think they need reform. I was actually going to join the military. I come from a military family, right? Like a lot of people were in the military as I grew up. And I wanted to join the military after graduating high school and basically go the route that my father did, you know, get college education through there, become an officer, you know, so on and so forth, retire out of the military, the whole thing. I was going to become a doctor in the military. That was the plan. Um, but then all that shit fucking happened during his terms, and I was just like, hell, fuck no. Hell, fuck no. No. And I didn't do it. I didn't join. I didn't join. And then after he was gone, I even thought about it again. And once again, politics again kept me from joining. I was like, nah, I still don't think the country is where it should be. Still don't think the country is where it should be. Because we were still in Afghanistan. This is the second time when I thought about it again. And I thought about it like right when my first child was born, because I was like, okay, we need money for, you know, the family. And I was like, that might be a good route. They'll give us medical benefits and all that. But yeah, no. I didn't do it. I didn't do it, thank God. Thank God I did not do it, because technically I'd still be in there right now. Because like I said, I wanted to retire out of it. So I would technically still be in there right now, but no, did not do it. But yeah, I give no fucks. I give no fucks. I post political shit all the fucking time. I don't give it. This goes back to this. This goes back to this, right? You gotta not give a fuck. Do what you're gonna do. Do what you gotta do. I'm so excited about this. I said this shit a long time ago. Fucking Ryan Gosling, Johnny Blaze, for sure. I'm fucking here for it. I think it's gonna be really good. You can't tell me that's not gonna be good. He's a good actor. He looks like Johnny Blaze. Like, what? Come on. Oh, good casting. Very good casting. And then this, we're summing up to the title, y'all. I cannot do all the good the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. So this goes back to typical situation of people thinking one person can't do much, right? Like, I'm just one person, I can't do anything. No, that's bullshit. You know, think about it. If everybody had this mindset, we'd be in a much better place, wouldn't we? Right? Because then technically it wouldn't be just one person doing something, right? Right? So that's why everybody should have some kind of way of life that resembles this, right? Like, just worried about yourself and your own isn't going to do you any good, because eventually it's just going to be knocking at your gate, right? Especially when you know shit's not right. Because shit's not right. Shit's not right all over the fucking world, right? Um, Now, no culture, no government, no place can be perfect, right? But you can try, right? If you see that there's something wrong with your city, let's start just with your city, because your local, right now, local elections are going on in America. Those are far more important than the presidential elections, right? So if you see there's problems going on in your city, the best way to make those changes is voting for somebody who's going to get those changes made, right? I know people think protesting gets shit done and organizing. No, that's the in between the voting, right? That's the in between the voting. You don't just protest and organize and petition and this and that and then not vote. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. The protesting is to bring awareness that, hey, this is a problem and it needs to change. And then the enactment of the change is to get a person in power who can do that. You as a civilian cannot do that. Your petition's not going to do that. The petition goes to the individual who is in power who can make the change. So you need to make sure that the people are elected into office that are going to make the changes you want to see happen. You sitting back idly, not voting, isn't going to get anything fucking done. So that's part of the good you can do. Voting is part of the good you can do. Not just protesting, not just going to a soup kitchen, not just, cleaning up the streets. That's the in between. That's the in between, right? That's the continuing the fight, right? Being good to your neighbor, being good to your coworker, being good to your family, because there's people that aren't, right? Because let's go back to, people abandoning, their family and trans kids and things like that. um just being a good person in general to everybody else in the world, right? That's part of the good you can do, right? Sharing information that you think other people should know that they don't know. Trust me. Things that you know as basic knowledge, there's a lot of people in this world that don't know it all. So just sharing a video that you find to be educating. That's, a little bit of good, right? There's all kinds of things you can do. Thinking that, oh, one person can't do anything, that's complete fucking bullshit. That's complete and utter bullshit. I'm one person. I don't have a team helping me with any of this. I do all this by my fucking self. And I know that some of the shit that I do fucking helps, like just by seeing the interactions in comments online and stuff, right? Just this shit that I do online alone, I know helps. Like, what was it when I was commenting under a post one time? Somebody asked me about information about elections and stuff, and I was able to educate them on elections. Come to find out, they're 18 years old, a fresh new 18-year-old who didn't know nothing about elections. So there we go, boom! I just educated them on the electoral process. They apparently their parents weren't fucking talking to them about it. Go fucking figure, because like I said before in a previous episode, my parents never fucking taught me nothing. My parents always just thought that I was smart enough to fucking understand every goddamn thing, apparently. Like, fucking school tells parents, oh, your kid's scoring this high and this and this high and that, and da 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 da. Some motherfuckers just automatically assume, oh, well, I don't have to parent that much because this kid's fucking smart. And then all they do is just fucking to have fucking pointless and inane conversations with you that just cause fucking trauma, like calling you a retard and shit when you get shit wrong because, oh, well, they said you're smart, so you gotta get everything right. You're being retarded. Yes, my father did call me retarded on several fucking occasions, but anyways, I digress on that. Like I said, treat your family right. That's the good you can do. Treat your family right. Don't be a fucking heel and create lasting trauma. Yeah, no, this I love this though. This, if you don't follow Inspirational Skeletor, definitely follow Inspirational Skeletor. Inspirational Skeletor is the shit. Lots of cool fucking memes. Lots of wonderful little memes. But yeah, that's it. Any Q&A? Any questions? Any questions? I might have answers. I don't know. We'll see. Oh man. We're an hour and a half. We got caught up on the trans news, I think. I think that's what we got caught up on. Which is not bad, because like I said, that shit fucking bothered me. That post that person made. That shit irritated the fuck out of me. You think you're an ally, and no, you 3 strikes and you're out in one video. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's one thing I want to comment. A comedian made a comment about people saying that he's mean. And I wonder sometimes if people think that I mean the way that I talk about things. And it's like I don't think I'm mean. I do think I'm very straightforward and no filter. I will say that. I am no filter. And I don't want to say it's a matter of age. I don't want to say it's a matter of age and me being at a point where I'm like, oh, I just don't give a fuck anymore. It's not that. It's that I don't think being someone who kids gloves everything is me. That's not me. Why am I going to... People want people to be so genuine, right? They want you to be genuine. Be you. Be the real you. Be the whole you. But then you want me to censor myself when I'm talking and just be nice with everybody all the time. Because once again, let's go back to that person who says they're an ally, but straight fucked up in their video, right? So I'm just supposed to be nice and be like, oh, well, thank you for your video, even though their video did the opposite of what they were trying to do. Like, I will probably be considered mean because of what I said earlier about their video, because, oh, well, all the good they do, and they have a huge following, and regularly, there's good things that they're saying. So you should just, you should just be okay with them doing that one video and fucking up royally. No. Call me mean. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't think anything I said about them was mean. And me unfollowing them is not mean either. I mean, I don't think they even care that I unfollowed them. So it's like they don't even know that I unfollowed them. I guarantee you of that. So no, that's not mean at all. That's for my sanity. I do not want to see another video of them thinking that they're doing good by us, and they're not. They're doing the opposite of educating their followers, right? Like, they're giving their followers insulting terminology. No, I'm not going to be nice. And I'm not being mean by telling them you're fucking wrong. Stop saying that stupid shit. You're saying the shit that transphobes say, actually. Fucking Christ. Oh God. That's funny. Yeah, I wanted to end off on good stuff, but I ended up being reminded of stupid shit. Sorry, I apologize for that. But no, I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious nowadays. The participation trophy era. That's what it is, in my opinion. It's the participation trophy era is talking about how people are mean when they're critical of things. It's like, no, not being mean. It'd be mean if we just dogpiled on people for no good reason. But like if somebody actually is incorrect and they're honestly just out here being clickbaity, Warren Beatty's third removed cousin, clickbaity, then yeah, they deserve to be told that they're being a little ridiculous or that they're incorrect, or, you know, stop trying to monetize our struggle, please. But I digress. I don't think we have any questions, and I don't have any answers for you. I'm joking. Sorry. Yeah, just go out there. Whatever you can do is whatever you can do. It helps the world no matter what. You can't fix everything, but you can fix some things, right? That's it, y'all. I love you. It's been great. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the lurks. And fuck you, bot from earlier, Kush Dab6. And then, what was it? Yeah, it said they were a Banovator, motherfucker. We're gonna call it. We did an hour and a half. That's cool. We usually go for an hour. We get an extra half an hour. Love you all. We'll be back with some gaming at some point, maybe tonight. I don't know. Because I did get Pal World. So we might be back with some Pal World tonight. Who knows? Y'all are welcome to play if you have it. But that's it. We're done. We're outie. Why is my toolbar not coming up? Excuse me. Yikes. Oh, well. I guess I will just do this. But yeah, love y'all. Have a good day. Thank you for being here. Bye. 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 Bye.